Good evening, City Council. I'm Robert Tillingast, Senior Consentry here in Napa. Here to talk to you again about our climate catastrophe. I'm kind of disappointed to see that the Council has taken no substantive action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions since the last time I was here. I don't understand why that is, unless you think it's just not economical to try to do something about our environment, which is rapidly deteriorating. I mean, if you're waiting for a sign, what's the sign you're waiting for? Big hurricanes, people walking around the streets of Napa with respirators because of fires, rising sea level. I don't know what you're waiting for, but I think we're in the crisis right now. I know you're looking at the IPCC report and you're thinking, well, there's 10 years, we can do something. Well, take a look around. And the good news is our children and grandchildren are going to leave school on Friday and go to Veterans Park for the second global climate strike. You may have missed the first one. You probably don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. But this is going to be the beginning of some action by our people, our young people who are concerned about their future. We're going to have problems trying to explain to them what you've been doing for the past 10 years. I mean, when they come down here to ask you what kind of climate action you're taking, what are you going to say? Oh, don't worry. We've been taking prudent action. Your future is secure. I wouldn't soil myself telling them that kind of lie. So on Friday afternoon when they come into your office, I hope you're going to have something good to say to them, because civil disobedience is the next step. I've given you all the help I can give you. I wrote you an action plan, which you have decided to ignore, and I'm done talking to you about it. I'm not done talking to you about other things, but I'm not going to be talking to you about the climate anymore, because I'm going to be out in the street with the kids. So anyway, have a very nice rest of your day.
Thank you, Rob. You would want to stick around for this.
Okay.
For the votes.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Hi, Beth Nelson. I don't know you, but I would like to know you. I'm here to support the kids here in Napa. We have some exceptional youth, and I'm really surprised by the lack of support. I don't know if you read the news coming from New York City, but their Department of Education announced, that 1.1 million of their students can do this. So long as they have a note from their parents, their absence will be excused. So these kids behind me have something they would like to say to you, but I'm wondering, maybe after this gentleman just spoke, maybe there's just a lack of understanding. Maybe you just don't know. I mean, for me, the turning point, I would say, was in 2009. I was living in Australia, and I was working for the Center of Sustainability Leadership, making videos on how to teach youth how to become leaders of sustainability, change, and action. And I was getting a lot of footage from COP15, the Conference of World Parties in Copenhagen, and my job was to create these videos. And that was when I first learned about the work of Bill McKibben with 350.org. And he had taught the world that the sustainable amount of carbon dioxide that can be in the atmosphere is 350 parts per million. At that point in 2009, we were at 385. 10 years later, we are at 413. It's only rising. Obviously, I remain optimistic, even though it's sometimes very hard. I mean, I consciously brought a child into the world. I'm a lesbian. I didn't, my partner carried the baby that we chose consciously to bring into this earth. But I fear that she will not ever have that choice to be a parent. So I realize that this may be a stretch for some of you, but vibrational frequency is a real thing. So what is happening on Friday, as the globe is standing to say, we need to take this action, our youth need to be part of that vibrational frequency, and they need our support. They need to be able to stand up and say, this is what we need to do. We need to really, really think about our future and take better care of our climate. Mother Earth, she'll be fine, but she's gonna say enough is enough. So I really want to impress upon you that this is urgent. Our kids, I really personally believe that this will be our next mental health crisis. I believe it already is in some parts of the world. The people that are suffering the most have had the least to do with this. They're creating the least amount of carbon dioxide in the world. Time is running out. I'm going to let the students do some of the talking. But thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Karla Magana and I'm one of the main helpers for the Napa climate strike, and I'm just here today to speak to you adults and to try to help you guys have a better understanding of what the strike is about and why we're doing it. So there are over 4,638 climate events happening between the dates of the 20th and the 27th of this month. And over 139 countries are participating all over the globe. So it's not just Napa or California participating, it's all of the nation, it's all the continent, the whole globe is participating, so it's a pretty big deal. This activism and civil disobedience is it's gonna be the breaking point to where we realize what is wrong and why we need to act immediately. The ices are melting in the Arctic, and that's creating the methane in the bubble methanes inside the Arctic that have been trapped in there for thousands of years to escape, which is causing catastrophic events that could happen and are beginning to happen. We have to learn to respect indigenous lands, preserve lands like how we did for tens of thousands of years, and be able to live a more sustainable life so that our future generations can persevere and live to the best that they can. Because as students, we can only do so much, and that's why we're here today, to be able to explain to you why we're so worried and why it is so important to care, because we didn't cause this. So I think it's really important that we're taking action and to have adults by our side supporting us, like you two, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Karla.
Hello, my name is Susu Statia. I'm also one of the main leaders in planning the strike. First of all, I would like to start by saying that I can stand up here and throw as many numbers to you on why climate change is real, but that's not my job. My job is here to show you why we need your support on a bigger basis also. In school we always talk about how it's so important to hear our voice. We have whole entire presentations and projects on being in the community and serving it well, and I think this is one of them. Standing up here and speaking out about something that's so important to everyone. Climate change, it affects every single point, economically, socially, every single thing you can think about, climate change affects. After all you guys are gone, we're going to be the ones who are going to inherit this earth. And we are going to be the ones who stand up here, and we're going to be helping people reach that level of confidence to be sustainably accurate. And, I'm here because I feel like the Trump administration failed us. It failed us by not supporting us and supporting the Green New Deal and supporting climate change and other issues too. So I would really appreciate your support, because we take on by our adults in this community. We take on about take on for the adults in all different platforms. So, having your support will really raise our platform and speak out about what's happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Comment cards? All right, thank you.
There is a fantastic video that we made. I actually hung out with these students on Friday night, and we shot some footage while they made their signs for Friday, and it's floating around social media. It's on YouTube, but I'll be happy to email you a link later.
Thank you, Beth. So thank you for taking the time to come down, and we know that there's local committees that are forming and meeting and trying to holistically attack this local issue. So we look forward to you joining us in those discussions.